The Under-17 World Cup coming to India in 2017 is most probably the game changer for Indian football. It is the thing, the boost that Indian football needed, and it shows the commitment of FIFA and especially its president, Mr. Sepp Blatter, towards India and its football. I mean, it was on the recommendation of Mr. Blatter, the original National Football League was started in 1996. It was on his recommendation that the I-League was started in 2007. And he said when he came in 2007 for the first time as a FIFA president, that India needs to work towards hosting a full World Cup. Now you can't come and say, listen, we're India, we want to host the World Cup one day. You have to start somewhere. The Under-17 is a stepping stone, and hopefully it will go on that India hosts maybe the Under-20 World Cup, a Women's World Cup, and then who knows, in 2034 or maybe 2038, India hosts a full World Cup, and we are hopefully then a better footballing nation. Well, the example of Saudi Arabia in an Under-17 World Cup, of course, shows that it's different at junior level. Nigeria is the most successful team in the Under-17 World Cup. They won it this year in the United Arab Emirates. So playing juniors, playing seniors is a different thing. But I, for example, follow Bayern Munich very, very closely, and there's the example of Toni Kroos, who a few years ago was the best player of the tournament. You've had Xavi or Iniesta, who've been best players of the tournament in the Under-17 World Cup. So it's shown that, that the standard is there, that the players can set a standard. But I think it's more important that for India, for our youth, for our juniors to see that we are playing at the world level, we're playing with the best from around the world, and we can compete against these boys. At the moment, the discussions that the AFF are having and putting about 60 boys into sort of national academies, elite academies for boys born after the 1st of Jan 2000 is on one side the right step to have possibly the best 60, maybe 70 boys on that front. But I think in a country like India, where you've got, I think, nearly 1.3 billion people, we should have 15, 20, maybe even more million kids being tested, tried, so that the best boys are actually filtered through the system. I know it's a big effort, it's a lot of money which would be involved to have a national program like that, but I had the Indian boys, the Under-17s over in Germany, and we play FC Cologne Under-16s. And a certain Lukas Podolski, who now plays for Arsenal, played against us in a 3-3 draw. And India was actually better than the FC Cologne. 5 of those players now play Bundesliga. So we played against a strong opponent, shows that at that level we have a certain chance. And that team was one of, according to a report from the Asian Football Confederation, one of the best 3 teams besides China and South Korea at the Under-17 Asian Cup. A program to reintegrate players of Indian origin into the Indian national team would strengthen the cause of Indian football. A player who wants to play for us is Harmeet Singh, plays at Feyenoord. But a player like Harmeet Singh will never give up his European citizenship. He's got a Norwegian passport, and take up an Indian passport, because taking up an Indian passport means issues with work permit, issues of traveling because he needs visas for a lot of countries. So that needs to be understood, and I think the grassroots program and the grassroots development is the key of mid and long-term success. You don't create players. We need to develop our own thing, which is suitable for our players, wherever they come from, because India is not a country, it's a continent. And if we are able to develop that in grassroots, the numbers need to be there. It's always a pyramid towards the top. In South Africa, at the World Cup, you saw what a young, vibrant German team is able to do. You've got players like Özil, Mario Götze, Kroos, Müller. You've got flair, which Germany didn't have in the past. So, and it's very, very important for India to develop its own style of football, especially with older teams in India, that a lot of players actually just want to ensure that they get rid of the ball or get it forward as quickly as possible. So, I think that Dempo, especially under Armando Colasa, has tried to play possession football. They've been very successful in the I-League. A club like East Bengal under Trevor Morgan was taking a more direct approach. So there is no one way, because it's also, as I said, India is a large country, it's a subcontinent. People or clubs in Goa will have a certain philosophy. Sporting Club de Goa have a philosophy under a Spanish coach. Karim Bencherifa at Mohun Bagan has his ways of French influence. So that's good for our football, but we need to evolve into our own system like the Japanese have, the Koreans have, and then work on it at the youth development at the grassroots level. When it comes to following journalists, my good old friend Dhiman Sarkar at the Hindustan Times in Calcutta, who I regard as the best football journalist in this country, might be a cynic once in a while, but he's seen it all over the last 15-20 years. And Dhiman was actually the first one to do a story about IndianFootball.com in the late 90s. That's what you need for the passion. If you want to be a football journalist, if you want to work in football, you need to have a passion for the game, and if you have a passion for the game, it also shows in your work, and that always helps. Hi, I'm Arunava Chaudhuri, and you're watching Total Football.